Alright guys, here's the install video for the YotaForge3D LX570 plug and play cargo light. Also works for the cruisers, but it is not plug and play if you don't have the power lift gate. So 16 plus for those only, but install is very simple. Should take less than 5 minutes. You only need two tools: a flathead screwdriver or a pick, a fairly small one or skinny one at least, and some kind of cutting tool, whether it be a dremel, a utility knife, pocket knife if you're feeling fancy. Regardless, I'll show you what we need to do here. Basically, it installs in place of the factory cover. I found this slim screwdriver to be the best option. Ultimately, you just want to pop it, obviously without marring the trim panel. Sorry, camera skills are not great. So once that's out, normally this is the only spot you'll need to trim. Since it is a recessed LED pod, it needs a little bit more room. Normally this comes all the way across just flat, just like the sides do. You basically just need to make a little bit of a notch out of it through your cutting method of choice. Had people use utility knives with great success. It's a very soft plastic. You could use a hot knife. Dremel would take care of it in about half a second, but that's the rough idea. Now, if we flip around, what we're going to need to get to is the plug on the back of this. So if you look at that from below, it's, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 inches away. What you have to do is either find somebody with small hands or somewhat skinny hands. I'm going to finagle it up in there. The tab is on the bottom, so you can find the wire. You'll see that jiggling the button. Pretty simple. The tab that you'll press in is being pressed upwards when the liftgate is open. It's just a single tab right in the middle. It'll pull the connector out. It's a black 4-pin with pretty slender small gauge wires. That's what we're looking for. So with that, we're gonna come, I just leave the pod disconnected personally. We're obviously just gonna go right into the factory connector right there. Pretty simple. Perfect. And you'll obviously hear a click. And now this end just matches the black one from factory. That's got to go back into the button, so you maintain full function there. So kind of just jam your hand back up in there. You'll find the female side of that button. You can obviously still press the button around up from the inside, so you know you found the right blank or the right plug. And once that's plugged in, you're pretty much good to go. So we're good to go there. It's obviously very secure. You can kind of see up in there. It's not super great. It's honestly better just done by feel personally. And then you're left with enough wire to easily make your connections. So we're gonna go bigger main blue connector first, just for the actual button there. That'll click, and when the lift gate's open, you'll light it up. And then we've got this 2-pin JST. Sorry, I really should get a bipod here. Clicks right in there. That's just the power for the actual pod. Obviously test it, make sure it locks. And if you've all done this all within about 20 minutes, you won't need to close the gate and reopen. You'll still have the circuit power on. So with that in mind, you can kind of just shove it right on back up in there. Make sure you're not pinching any kind of wires or anything like that. The two top tabs just slide right past it. Bottom tabs are designed just to lock in like factory. And voila, you're done. Pretty simple. And then with that, obviously everything still works like factory. So we'll throw lift, lower gate will lock, button still closes automatically. Pretty easy, less than 5 minutes in the ideal scenario.